Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Joy from She Speaks Too. So if I haven't seen you since last year, Happy New Year. Hope your year is starting off to a great start despite the foolishness at the Capitol, which I'm not going to talk about. That would take about 3 videos to talk about that foolishness, and I don't have the energy. So I want to keep my channel very positive. I want to show positive aspects of Liberia. But in doing that, I can't ignore that sometimes bad things happen or are happening to the people of Liberia, and people are suffering and they're making choices based on that suffering. So I heard about a young man who wanted to tell me his story about human trafficking from Liberia to Algeria. And he wanted me to share this as a cautionary tale to anyone who was thinking that going to North Africa and then maybe making their way to Europe was a way to get a better life. A lot of times people are promised those things, and what happens is basically they're sold into slavery, sexual slavery for women. And so he just wanted to share his story. And so this is a disclaimer if this story would be triggering for you. If it's something that you don't want to hear, this would be the time to log off and just not watch this video. But if you do continue to watch it, I hope you also see it as a success story for Francis, because he now has a small business. He sells accessories for cell phones, and so and I do want to promote his business. So if you're in Liberia and you're needing accessories like power banks, phone cases, send me an email at shespeaks2@yahoo.com and I can get you in touch with him. I want to make him successful. I want him to not regret his choice of returning back to Liberia. And so we'll just keep watching and we'll share his story. Thank you. Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Joy from She Speaks Too. Today we're going to be interviewing Francis, and he's going to tell his story about human trafficking from Liberia to Algeria. If you don't know anything about human trafficking in Africa, a lot of times young men, women are promised a better life in different parts of the country. Sometimes they go to Northern Africa, sometimes they go to the Middle East. And most of the times those things are turned into slavery, sexual slavery for women. And so he has a story that I heard that deserves to be told. I haven't heard the story yet because I didn't want to be biased. So Francis, introduce yourself.
I'm Francis Robert. I'll go ahead to the story.
Okay, tell us how did you first hear about going to Algeria? Who told you?
Okay, I had one of my friend there, and then he encouraged me, but then he lied to me. Yeah, but he never told me that I was going through the desert.
How did you think you were going to get to Algeria?
Yeah, he told me I was going to Bamako
and where's Bamako?
Mali.
Mali.
And get on flight.
And you were going to get on a plane?
Yeah.
Okay.
To go to Algeria.
To go to Algeria. And what were you going to do once you got to Algeria?
Okay.
What did you think you were going to do once you got to Algeria?
Okay. He told me he was working there, but then he planned to pass through Morocco and to get to Spain. So I told him to wait for me in Algeria.
And then you guys are going to go to Spain together?
Yeah.
For a better life?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about you leaving Liberia to go to Algeria. What happened?
Okay. When I left Liberia, I got to Mali.
But how did you get to Mali?
Okay, we passed through Guinea.
Okay.
And then we crossed to Mali.
To Mali.
Yeah. Then we went in the park where we saw different countries at the park. And then they said from Mali direct to Algeria. And then we pay. And then when we pay the money, we go on the bus. When we got to certain part of the desert, they sold us to
Who sold you?
The people that carry us in the bus.
So you did, when you got on the bus, you thought you were just buying a bus ticket?
Yeah, to go straight
to Algeria.
Yeah.
Not knowing you got on the bus and those people, now you were being sold by them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then they sold to another group.
They sold, and what kind of people were they? Africans?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were not black.
They were not black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they sold to the armed men.
They sold you to armed men.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when they sold to the people there, they came back to Bamako. They went back to Bamako. They left us there.
Okay, so you said they sold you to armed men, but then they went back to Bamako.
Yeah.
Who went back to Bamako?
The boss.
The bus?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They went back to Bamako and they left us there. The women that were on board, they shared those women among themselves.
The armed men?
Yeah.
When you said they shared those, they raped them?
Yeah. They shared those women among themselves. Then they begin to have them.
What do you mean have them? Have relationships?
Yeah.
Intercourse with them?
Yeah, yeah.
Against their will?
Yeah, yeah.
So there were women also on that bus thinking they were going to Algeria too?
Yeah.
It was men, was it like African men and women like you, like Liberian, got different countries, or just Liberian?
No, Liberia, there's some people from Mali, Niger.
All of them thought they were going for a better life?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so the men, there were women, and then they began to assault the women.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then for we the men, they will beat on you, search your luggages and take your money. Okay, after all, if you still got money on you, you will pay them extra money, and then they will take you to another part of the desert. But if you doesn't have money, if they took all your money for you, doesn't have any money to give them, they will ask you to call your parents for out of Liberia or anywhere you're from. When you call your parents, to put the phone on speaker. That's when your mother or dad answer the call.
Mm-hmm.
They will slap you.
So you can yell.
So you can yell at them. They will be requesting money. They will ask them to send 1,000 US, 500. If it doesn't do it, if that person doesn't send the money, they will beat you till you die. Yeah, some people live in the desert because they know how money. They beat them and then they will beat them and then they die.
They just left them in the desert. Okay.
Okay. And then we got to set part of the desert called Gao.
And what country is that in?
Mali.
It's in Mali. You're still in Mali.
Yeah, Mali is big. And then when we went to Gao, okay, we passed Gao already.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Kaleli. Yeah, that was they sold for the last time.
So they sold you again?
Yeah.
And
again.
how much are they selling? When you say they sold you, how much are they making for one person?
Okay, they already got that negotiation with the people in the desert.
Yeah.
So they know how much they can pay.
And you don't know.
You
don't know because the negotiations are happening behind you and you don't know.
You don't know. They already said that you go to jail, force you to get down from the car.
By gunpoint.
Yeah.
And of course you're going to get down.
Force you to get down. Okay.
And then get in the other car because they're not selling you again.
Yeah. The first time they saw us, they beat some people, and there's some people pump time from 9 midnight till the next morning. Till next morning, 8. They were pumping tires, they were beating them, they will kill some people. Yeah, well, it was just by the grace of God that we managed to.
Are you still with your friend at this point? Y'all still together?
Yeah, we came back.
I mean, at this point where you being sold a second time, the friend is still with you.
Yeah.
Y'all still together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the reason why we Youre still had money on us to go to Algeria is because one of my friend advised us in Bamako, but then we stay in Bamako to come and fly with money. So we bought this slipper in Bamako. They got Versace sound on it. And then the slipper, you can open it from inside and remove the sun. So that way we have
And what kind of money you had? Was it US?
Yeah, US.
How much, when you started off on this trip, how much did you start with?
I had 2,500.
What's that?
2005 US.
2005 US.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then we hid the money in the slippers, and then we caught the slipper and strip on the ground, make it ooh, so they would not see the slipper and take it from us. And then we bought toothpaste. Then we used blade recently to open the board. Then we put some money in plastic, then put it in the toothpaste, ball, super glue, and then we see the, yeah, that's how we managed to get our job with money.
So people are gonna wonder, so if you're being held hostage, how are you able to buy slippers, buy glue, buy the toothpaste, all those things? Did they let you go at some point? Or okay.
No. We bought them when we just arrived in Bamako. But then you're free.
You already had those belongings before you were sold.
Fine. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So then, when they sold you a second time, what happened?
Okay, we stayed like 2 days there in the desert. That was very, very bad. My first time experiencing that desert storm. Yeah, I almost died.
From the heat or from what?
From
dehydration, heat, what?
The sand in the desert. Okay.
Were you on foot?
What?
Were you on foot walking at
Yeah,
this point?
yeah.
And they were making you walk in the
Certain
desert?
part of the desert, they don't use car.
So they were walking also?
No, they would drive you there and tell you there's Algeria.
So you need to walk?
Yeah, but then you see the place like very close. But you walk whole day. Yeah, you walk whole day.
So if they bought you, then why would then they would tell you to walk there? Then how are you still in slavery if they're telling you can walk over there?
Okay. The last place they saw us though.
Yes.
Okay. I think we pay like $250 today.
To release you?
Yeah. If you don't pay money, we will not release you. We pay like $250.
So they keep selling you, and then you have to pay for it.
You have to pay. If you don't have money, you will stay there.
Oh, so you paid for your freedom,
yeah,
and they just leave you in the desert.
Yeah. And then there's Algeria. Then you walk. So then you walk whole day, whole night.
And you saw people just dropping.
Yeah, you see people dropping along the way, because okay, before we start walking to go to where they are pointing, we will get this gallon loaded with water, and then hang it on us. But many people will get tired in the desert, they will drop the water.
Because it's so tired.
Yeah, and then they will drop the water. And then you guys own the water. If I'm like thirsty, you're not taking me water.
Because if I give you my water, I will die.
Yeah, you'll die too. Because the sun. The sun in the desert is like okay, when the sun is shining here by 2, 3, the sun is very hot. In the desert at 6 o'clock in the morning.
It's already hot by 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Very hot.
Does it get cold at night? Like how?
Very cool.
So it does. I've read that. So it does get very cold at night.
Very cold at night.
Like cold, but in the day, then it's very hot by 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So when you were dropped off to the desert, did you point and say there's Algeria, and you started walking?
Yeah, you walk. We walk like for like whole day, and then we reached there. We got there early in the morning to one village in Algeria. And
what in the village did it look? I know Africans, like Moroccans, are light skinned, different parts of North Africa. Yeah. So when you get to you went to a village in Algeria. Yeah. How did they look? Did it look like me and you?
No.
Did it look like Arab? How did it look?
Yeah. They look like Arab.
Okay.
They are white.
Yeah. So and the people that you said that had the guns and were selling, they didn't look like us either.
No.
They looked like North Africans.
Yeah.
Got it. And so we went to the village. Were you welcomed?
No. We landed one of the biggest mosques. Yeah.
Are you? Let me just ask this just for information purposes. Are you Christian or Muslim?
Yeah, Christian.
Christian. So when you got to Algeria, which is primarily a Muslim country, correct? So you went to that village and you saw a mosque?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we went there. We took bath. But then if you see you could stay here just for the desert.
You can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. But then after taking our bath, we go on car. But then no one would like to sit side.
Because you're Black Africans.
Yeah, yeah. Too many people rejected us and before the last car accepted us. Yeah. And then we got to Algeria, but it wasn't still good. We got they put they do the racist stuff. Yeah, they don't mingle with you when you are dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a very tough time there for us.
So when you were in Algeria, where were you staying?
I was in Algiers.
But like in an apartment,
No.
On the street, where were you staying?
There are other people sleeping on the street, but then when we got there, you know, Algiers they're doing the building of the city. Yeah, so we went to where the Chinese were building. Then we used to sleep in the basement, unfinished area.
Okay.
Yeah, where they keep their material and thing.
Yeah.
We used to sleep there, and then in the morning we help them to work. But then we'll still be.
And they give you a little something sometimes?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But then we can walk on the road freely because if the Arab will see you,
they know that you're not from there.
Yeah.
And what do they do?
Fine. When they see you, they will catch you and then put you in prison. They have this kind of area where they park your till the group reach 300, 500, and then they put you on bus and drive you in the desert.
So they detain you until they have enough of you, Africans.
Yeah.
Then they just drop you in the desert.
Yeah.
Like get rid of you. So for the most part, you guys were in hiding.
Yeah. They drive you in the desert and then they'll tell you to walk to go to Niger. Some people will be walking, they will die in the desert. Other people, maybe they'll be lucky to see the people from Niger, the army from Niger, maybe they'll be patrolling the desert. Then they will see you, they will help you carry you in town.
So the Niger, they are Black Africans.
Yeah.
So if they see you, then you might get some help, assistance from their government. So how long were you in Algeria?
1 year. Less than 1 year.
Less than 1 year.
Because the place was too bad, so I couldn't stay there. So we make our way to Niger. And then we came back to Youre.
Where's that? That's a city?
I can't remember. There's an NGO. What to do? They are there for migrant. Yeah, they take you and bring you to your country.
Okay.
Yeah, then when they bring you here, they settle you some money. Yeah, that's a.
And so you were there for less than a year, then you found your way back through Niger to Liberia.
Yeah.
So the purpose of you going to Algeria was to find your way to Spain. And how were you going to go to Spain? By boat? And you were going to. So let me ask this, because I always wonder why, because the risk is so great, right?
Yeah.
When you see those pictures of the boats collapsing and people dying, you know for sure now that the life that they're leaving is worse than what they're going to, and is worth dying for to get to this free place. Why was life so bad for you in Liberia that you were willing to risk your life, be sold into slavery? Because you've heard the stories, you've heard these stories, but you still risk your life. Why? Yeah. What was so bad that you had to escape?
Okay. I came from a family where I'm like self-supported. Yeah. My mother have 6 children living now, and I'm the last born. I'm the only high school graduate. Yeah. And then my mother at the time, she used to look up to me. And I was just doing. I really took risks more than I want. Yeah, just going Ebola pandemic, where we used to see people dropping, dying beside us. We still went there and fighting for a job.
to work with Ebola people
Yeah.
just for a job,
Yeah.
risking your life
Yeah.
to be in close proximity to the Ebola people
Yeah.
just for a job.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I work with the Chinese ETU.
The Ebola treatment unit.
Yeah. Okay, let me show you.
And I want you to, I'll give you my number so you can send me these pictures.
Okay.
So what you're saying is that because of where you were, your life was, you felt like it was worth the risk because to give yourself a better life. Wow, okay. So you felt the risk was worth it to have a better life.
Yeah.
And did you know anyone in Spain at that time?
No.
So what were you going to do when you got to Spain? Just find your way, try to make a better life?
Yeah, because I was kind of frustrated. Okay, one of the main factors for which I was pushed to take that risk at the time. Okay, 2016 I won DV. Yeah, but then I never knew anybody that could give me affidavit support to go there.
Yeah.
So so because of that, my program is poor.
Yes.
So I was kind of frustrated seeing my mother. She don't have anything. She can't even school me. She can't even send me to school. Yeah. So I was saying that opportunity of going to America to like liberate our family. Yeah, say I lost the opportunity. I was kind of frustrated.
And you just were willing to do. So
yeah,
for you guys
anything.
that don't know, DV is the visa. He was awarded the visa by the U.S. Embassy. But once you're awarded the visa, you have to have someone in the U.S. who is willing to sign, who has the right income to sign and support you. And because he didn't have that, he saw that hope of going to the U.S. to provide a better life for his family just dwindle. So that added to, I can understand now where he thought that going to Spain through Algeria was his last resort. So that I kind of understand now. You just felt like you had to do something to help your mother. Yeah,
because I'm like, the Lord is not doing. I can't really do anything for the family. I'm not going to school to improve myself. I can't be doing my business, going to school. Yeah, I don't have that money. Yeah.
You had to choose one.
Yeah, I have to
and
choose
school
one.
Doesn't give you money. Let's be honest. School, we would love for everyone to go to school, but in a choice of being hungry and working and making money, or school, you're gonna make money and not go to school. That's the harsh reality.
Yeah, so it was kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
So I choose the risk. Yeah. I thought I was going to Spain to help shoulder my burden, my family burden. It turned it over.
And so how long were you out of Liberia? With that whole ordeal?
8 months.
8 months. Okay. Do you have anything else you want to add? What would you tell someone who is thinking about doing this? What would you tell them? What advice, if a young boy came to you and said right now, Francis, things are so bad that I'm thinking about making my way up north, Algeria, Morocco, and I'm gonna go to Europe. What would you tell them? What advice would you have?
I would advise you not to go because you either die in the desert or you get to where you're going and suffer. Yeah, but if possible you advise someone not to go and then they still go, because I remember at the time when I was staying in Algeria, one of my friends, he was working here. He was working he was working somewhere, but then he lost his job. I got went to school, he got BSc, he was working, he had a family, but then he lost his job, he was kind of frustrated. Yeah, so he always used to beg me to show him the way to go there. You know, he's my friend, I don't want to suffer, as if my man don't come here.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. He said, I'd rather die than stay here in Liberia. Yeah.
Can you imagine your life is that bad that
yeah, because he was kind of frustrated. He couldn't even feed his family. He got a wife and children. He couldn't feed them. Before I even go to Algeria, he used to stop with me because he can't stand the pressure for his wife. When he get to the house, asking him for food money for the next day and stuff like that.
It was too much.
Yeah, it was too much. So he used to stick to my place.
Just because he couldn't provide for his family.
Yeah. So when I got there, all the way I was telling him the risk I took.
He still said he would do it.
Yeah, he said he prefer going there than staying here. Yeah.
And then tell us.
If possible, I invite someone there.
And they will still do
it. Will still do
because
it.
people have to sometimes see for themselves, unfortunately. So what do you do now? What do you do now?
Okay, when I came back, I went back to my single business I was doing.
And what is that?
The phone accessory.
Phone accessories. What's the name of your business?
Francis Business Center.
Francis Business Center. So he has the power ports. He has the cases for the phones. Please, this is a local Liberian trying to do the best that he can. If you need his contact information, you can get it from me, and so we can make this Liberian successful so we don't have to keep hearing stories like that. Anything else you want to add?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me and tell me your story. I appreciate it. And I would like to talk to others. If you have, especially women, if there's a woman that you know would like to tell me her story, I would be very interested. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Francis. So now that you've seen his story, it was disturbing to me to hear about a human being being sold not once but twice. And another thing that disturbed me was the racism that he experienced in Algeria. They're African like us, but for some reason sub-Saharan Africans are just looked down upon when we're all Africans. So that bothered me. But it's just a cautionary tale to anyone not to make that trek to think that you're going to get a better life. And so, like I said, I want to make his business successful. So if you are in the market for phone accessory parts or cases, power banks, anything like that, just send an email to shespeaks2@yahoo.com, and I will definitely put you in contact with him. Make sure you share this video for others to watch, and I will come back, and I promise the next video is going to be positive. The next video is going to be about what I learned for being in Liberia for 3 months. So the next video is going to be really positive. Don't worry, it's not gonna be deep. And I will see you later. Thank you for watching.